Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Berman. Today we are back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare multiplayer reveal trailer. Now, it has been a while since this trailer has been out, so you guys have probably seen a whole bunch of people breaking this video down and stuff. I'm not really going to break it down. I'm just here to tell you about my thoughts from playing with the games hands-on while I was at COD XP. And I'm not gonna lie, the first time that I saw this trailer, I was very excited and I was a little bit nervous because, as you guys can tell by the gameplay on screen, it looks very chaotic and that there's a lot of stuff on the screen all at once. And I'm here to flat out say that is not how it is exactly. Like, it plays so well. And I was very, very surprised because I was just so worried that it was just going to be very chaotic, very small map, very, very fast paced, like more fast paced than Black Ops 3. But after playing it, that's not the case at all. It's actually a very, very solid and smooth game. I'm very surprised. The only thing I would probably have to critique it about is I don't really like the motion blur. It's a nice little aesthetic that they kind of added to it, but I don't really think that there should be that much motion blur in multiplayer. Now, they are aware of this and they are going to change it. Now, I don't know if they're going to take it completely out or if they're going to minimize it, because especially when editing, it's really, really difficult. It just makes it all really fuzzy and blurry and stuff. But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about the multiplayer, and it's a very, very balanced game. Like, I am very, very surprised at how balanced it was for going into, like, playing it for the very, very first time. And it is a very assault rifle dominant game, I'm not going to lie. Because I was trying to rock those submachine guns because I am a fast-paced player, and in Black Ops 3, I do use a lot of subs. But coming into this game, I was using the subs, and it was not really getting the effect that I was really hoping for when it comes to Call of Duty, or at least when I would like that I was expecting to come into while playing the game. But it was a very, very surprisingly balanced game. Once I got the hang of the game kinda, and I started to go more in towards like close quarters and kind of learning the maps, it got a lot easier for me to start using the submachine guns. But assault rifles dominate this game, and from the gameplay you guys can see, there are some guns that change. Like, there's an assault rifle that you rip into two pieces, and they're like dual submachine guns, and that's a pretty solid gun. But like, a lot of people are worried that they're all gonna be switching. Like, they're all gonna have like their own type of variation. Where like there's the sniper that puts the sight down and makes the stock a little bit shorter, but it's not very effective. It's not as effective as like somebody would really think, because I was expecting it to kind of be like really overpowered, and just it not being balanced. But everything is so well balanced, and I'm not worried about kind of like those guns being like way too overpowered. Now, when I was playing with my friends at COD XP, one of my friends did use that sniper rifle that changed from the sniper to the assault rifle, and he did pretty well. Like, he didn't really have the sniper scope on it. He had an ELO sight on it, which made that thing a monster. But I don't really think it would be a problem in the multiplayer. And sadly, apparently there's not going to be a lot of one-shot kill sniper rifles in this game. Like, there's one, and like you would see it throughout the gameplay on screen. But apparently a lot of the snipers are not going to be one-shot kills. They're going to be one-shot kill to the head, but two or maybe three shots to the body. Like, I'm guessing two to the chest, maybe three if you like hit one in the leg and like two in the chest. That's my guess. There are weapon variants in the game. I'm a little disappointed about that. I wish that they would kind of keep it to just flat guns, kind of like they did in Black Ops 3. But I can't really complain, because apparently the variants are not supposed to be very, very good. Like, pretty much all that they change is you might have a varied stat that lets you reload a little bit faster. Maybe a slight advantage at, longer ranges. Like maybe say like an assault rifle at like 20 meters, it does like 50%. But like instead of that, it would add probably like 1 or 2 meters. It wouldn't be anything crazy like that because they know that Advanced Warfare took it a little bit too far with that. And there's one gun that is pretty ridiculous, and it does like more damage when you aim at the crotch area. So I guess you can kind of say it's like a cock shot gun. But oh well. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't really know if it would fit in Call of Duty. I mean, it's just kind of out there. And sadly, they are bringing the nuke back. I wasn't really a fan of just the game ending all the time. But my guess is that when somebody earns this nuke, it will end the game because of how hard it's supposed to be. So you're supposed to get a weapon variant that has the nuke possible. But instead of being able to use other guns, you have to strictly use the gun that has the nuke perk on it. So say like 25 kills to get a nuke. You would have to get 25 kills with that specific weapon variant that you have. So you cannot pick up anybody else's weapon. You're probably going to have to run scavenger. And it's just going to be a lot harder to earn, guys, because I mean, you're going to have to use that one weapon for the entire game in order to get those 25 kills to earn the nuke. So you can't like pick up a gun and start using that. You have to strictly use that gun, which I think will end the game because if anybody is able to do that, props to them. Like, because that's supposed to be really, really hard. And I've never gotten a nuke before in Call of Duty. I've tried, but I can just imagine using one specific gun. That would be crazy. And there's a lot of focus on tacticals and lethals. I forgot what I was going to say there, but there are so many lethals in the game. There's like 10 to 11 different lethals, and it's like the same when it comes to the tacticals. And there's so many explosive ones. There's a spike that you throw at people and it explodes. It's essentially like a C4 throwing knife, but instead of you setting it off, it detonates on contact with a player, and that hurts people around them and could possibly kill other people. There are grenades that split up into mini grenades. There's a black hole grenade, which you don't die by very much unless it's like directly at you and you run out of thrust. And that's another thing. It has Black Ops 3 style movement, but it is toned down. Like, it is not as fast as Black Ops 3 was when it comes to the thruster. You can thrust less distances. You can't get as high. You can't get as far. You don't get as much. So they really have toned it down from Black Ops 3, and I think a lot of people are going to really, really enjoy that. When it comes to the wall running, it's like glue. Like, anytime you jump near a wall, I feel like my legs are glue, and you will just stick to it, which I'm not too big of a fan of. I kind of wish it was more Black Ops 3 when it came to that, where, you know, just the wall running in Black Ops 3. Because I don't really like having to jump at a wall and then immediately have super glue to my boots when I'm running on a wall. It's pretty ridiculous. Specialists are returning, although they are called, I don't really remember what they're called. If I remember them, I'll say it. But they are returning. You can have a specialist weapon and a specialist ability, kind of, but the abilities are nothing like the abilities in Black Ops 3. Now, there's one that lets you slide a lot longer. There's an ability that kind of has like a little ping thing on your HUD. You'll see it in the gameplay. It starts more at the beginning, but you have that. It doesn't really tell you all that much. They're kind of just there, I guess you could say. But you can kind of see, because when it goes through all the characters, it'll have kind of like their weapon, and it'll kind of have like a few abilities that you'll be able to see. But really, everything's well balanced. I'm very surprised when it comes to like the specialists being balanced in this game, because I mean, they show like a whole bunch of weapons that just look really, really overpowered, but they're not that easy to use. Like the easiest one to use is probably one that you like point at people and you like vaporize them. I think that's like the easiest one. There's also one that it kind of like goes into like a spread mode. It was like the first one, and it kind of goes into a spread, and you can shoot at like a flat line, and those bullets have a chance to ricochet. So like you can like shoot around corners with it, kinda. But I don't know. I didn't really use it that much while I was at COD XP. I mainly used the vaporizing one because that was my best. Active camo is returning, and there's like a weird cheetah dog type robot. Now it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, just go down on all fours and go around and start slashing people up. It's really cool. Then there's the charge, which you kind of like pull up a riot shield and you just like run at people. That one I heard is not the best because you just die really fast unless there's like a whole bunch of people right in front of you. You're not really going to be able to get a kill with the riot shield charge. Now, there were no riot shields while playing this at COD XP. Now, that could change because I have heard rumors that maybe there will be a riot shield, but I don't think so. The score streaks are top notch. I really like them because, you know, Black Ops 3 has ones that do damage. Call of Duty Ghosts and Advanced Warfare didn't really have very good score streaks or like kill streaks because they would not really do any damage at all unless you got like a really, really high one, but like even then they didn't do much. And the secondaries in this game are powerful. Like it goes from like the Black Ops 3 type secondaries and it bumps them up a notch, which I mean that's kind of good. It'll make me run a secondary a lot more, but I mean I don't really just want to see lobbies full of people running around with secondaries trying to kill me all the time because it gets a little ridiculous. Like I understand if you're in like the realistic mode or whatever, hardcore. I understand if you're in hardcore running around with pistols trying to get like, you know, a camo for it, but I don't want to be in a public match, like say domination, no hardcore, but going in there and having pistols all over the place. Because that would just kind of rattle my cage a little bit. And the variety of weapons is insane in this game. Now, definitely at COD XP, we were not given all of the weapons, but we have been given a lot of weapons. I'm not gonna lie, like, there are so many weapons that were at this event, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna add a lot more, maybe double the amount of what we had at COD XP. I'm not sure, maybe a fourth. But there are a lot of weapons. There were two sniper rifles available to us, but it says that most snipers will be like the 2-shot kill to the chest, the 1-shot kill to the head, which makes me think that there's at least going to be 2 to 3 more sniper rifles. I mean, if you think about like say most of sniper rifles, and there's like usually 2 bolt actions in the game, but usually there's like 4 snipers. So I'm assuming that there's going to be maybe 6 to 7 snipers total. I mean, that just makes it sound more realistic when somebody says most of the guns are going to do that, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm really looking forward to have a vast variety of weapons in this game because, you know, Call of Duty, usually you have those guns that are really good that everybody uses. Then you have the ones that are kind of like in the middle, they're moderate. People use them, but they're like not as good as the best. And then you have the ones that like nobody uses. Black Ops 3 did a really good job when it came to making all the guns be able to kill people. Advanced Warfare and Ghost were very one-sided. They had those 2 to 3 very, very popular weapons that everybody would use, and it would be no variety at all. But when it comes to this game, I can see every gun being really, really good. Yeah, there'll still be those ones that stand out that everybody uses more, but when I look at the game and after I've played the game, a lot of it is well balanced in the fact that I feel everybody will use every weapon at some point in time, which I'm excited about. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys enjoyed my kind of breakdown of what I think Infinite Warfare is going to be like. I really enjoyed it. I would have to give it like a 9.3 out of 10. On Twitter, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I gave it like an 8.7, but after I went back and I played it a couple more times, I would have to bump it up to like a 9.3 or 9.2 because it really, really felt like a great game. and I'm very excited, and I hope that you guys are too. Give it a chance. I know you can't really tell the game from watching it or like seeing a trailer, but you guys need to give it a chance. It really surprised me at how good it felt. Yes, we're in the future. Yes, we're not back in the past. But like they said, kind of like at COD XP, future war, old school battle. And what that means is like, yes, it's set in the future with futuristic weapons, but it still feels like an old traditional Call of Duty game at its core. And that is so true after I've played this game. So true. I mean, just imagine this, but like, it's just a skin. I mean, imagine Black Ops 2 or like Vietnam, alright? Imagine that setting of in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Imagine that Infinite Warfare just had like a different skin on it. Imagine if it was Vietnam. I mean, yeah, some of it wouldn't make sense, but they would change it and they would reskin some of the stuff. I mean, maybe there would be wall running if it was like a variation of times, but it's just a skin, guys. It doesn't mean anything. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smack that like button and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a lot more Call of Duty videos in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I feel paralyzed.